Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. On this particular episode, we're going to dive right back in to that whole EPA situation. Have you seen a couple of episodes ago, talked about how the EPA put an amendment on a law that actually has been on the books, the Clean Air Act law from several years ago. But this deal was actually done kind of in secret in the middle of 2015 without anybody knowing about it until the Specialty Equipment Marketing Association, aka SEMA, found out about it in December of last year and actually went after the EPA, want some clarification on just what exactly was going on. The EPA really wanted to tighten up the laws or the gaps between non-road vehicles. When you think about a non-road vehicle, I'm talking about a garden tractor, a lawnmower, or a heavy piece of equipment like a forklift or a bulldozer. Things like this are not EPA test cycled vehicles, but all road vehicles, talking about most motorcycles and all automobiles, are all EPA tested. So if you take the emission systems off, like you're going to make a racer out of it, this becomes an illegal act and they can come after you. But now the smoke is kind of settled, the dust is kind of cleared a little bit. The EPA has actually now come out and said, you know what, we're not really going to go after full-blown race cars if you're just using them for race situations only. Basically, if you still use a racer, if you've stripped all the emission stuff off of it, and it's not emissions legal, and you still want to operate it on public roads, that is where the illegal part comes in. So basically, they're not going to show up at some racetrack, SCCA, NHRA, IHRA, something like that sanctioning body, where there's a lot of street-prepped automobiles racing up and down the strip or road course or circle track, and then just start throwing out fines and arresting people. But there's nothing to say that the EPA couldn't flip their wig on that deal and come after a lot of those people anyway. That being said, looks like exactly what they're going after is a lot of people that are doing the defeat systems themselves on public road vehicles and the people who are creating these defeat systems, i.e., it kind of comes down, and the clarification was kind of after this whole Volkswagen scandal deal. Basically, Volkswagen, that computer system inside that knew it was on the EPA test cycle, someone built that for Volkswagen. Volkswagen commissioned it. Volkswagen knew exactly what it was going to do, but somebody built it, and there's nothing to say that these folks aren't building these for other vehicles for all over the planet. So they're wanting to crack down on those folks, crack down on people who are using those or creating them themselves. So that's their biggest deal. Also, we're hearing that this thing is not going to go into effect, this new law, 100% until 2018, which does give you a fair amount of time to get your act in order. That being said, too, it's not retroactive as well. So if you build a vehicle all the way up till this 2018 law going into effect, you're still kind of in the clear. Again, this is a government organization, so they can actually turn on a dime and come after you anyway, so I'm not going to tell you that this is legally binding, because I am not a lawyer in any way, shape, or form. So we'll keep you in tune to this deal. There is still a situation where we may get this thing thrown out. I've got a link up on the Motor Cars Enthusiasts Facebook page. Just search Motor Cars on your Facebook account, or you can just hit the link down in the show notes. It'll take you right over there. You have to do some scrolling to get down to it. You have to do some back and forth emailing as far as to set up an account, but you can sign a petition against it with the U.S. government itself, so it goes directly to them, and they're going to make their decision coming up in July of this year of 2016. So if we hear any more about this or any more clarification, we'll keep you in tune if we hear any more, because this is something that could come after all of us someday. And again, that's all there was that I thought was worth talking about for this edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Again, don't forget to like us over on the Facebook page. Links down in the show notes. Also, that petition's up on the Facebook page as well. You have to do a fair amount of scrolling. That's been several weeks ago. Also, if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, you can do so at any time and get the first dibs on the brand new shows as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again real soon.